Please help me welcome Randy Mouse to take us through the troubleshooting.
And yes, I'll even dance to disco. As I said before, having tools is very important as a coach. If you've ever heard the phrase, I don't know what I don't know. Going into a club, that would be a common response. They don't know what they don't know, otherwise they wouldn't be struggling. Sometimes in clubs that are doing well, they may have gaps that they don't see. We've talked a lot about understanding what are they looking for? What is that club? What are those members looking for? That's the big vision, right? Where do we want to be as a group? Well, you got to understand where you are to see where you want to be, right? And that gap, to understand that gap, we've created this troubleshooting guide. Gord put in a bunch of work into this tool, looking at what are these behaviors, what are the patterns that we need to look at to help us identify where to work. Let's say you've started with your team. You've done the introductory, you've started getting them buying into inviting people, they're getting more engaged. That's a great time to have them come to this document, have everybody fill it out, and then bring them together as a team and talk about, all right, what did you score on this? We have some different sections. It might be looking at our willingness to work together versus our personality conflicts. Various examples of how we can encourage action on these topics to help resolve and narrow that gap a little bit. Maybe our executives having some difficulty with our communication. In Toastmasters, imagine. That's an area we want to work on. Maybe we're going to do a little bit of extra work on that. And this kind of guides the coach as well on actions that can be taken to help that group move forward. To coach the group to become better, to create a sustainable leadership group so that that club will do well going forward. A club success plan is a good tool for planning, for thinking about the future of your club. And this takes it even a step further, I think. I did this with my own club, and it was very useful to look at where do we think we're strong. And it's even more useful to look at, well, Ryan thinks we're strong at this topic we're talking about, maybe guest orientation or something. I think we're weak at it. Whoa, we think two completely different ideas about that topic. Now let's have a conversation. Why do we see that differently? Because maybe Ryan sees things I don't and vice versa. But at least we explore it, and now we can identify how we're going to fill that gap. This is fairly short, but yes, can anybody tell me where you can find this tool? Yes. You've heard this phrase, if there's one thing you take from today, that is the one thing I'm going to tell you to walk away with. Go to the Club Coach Program resources. You will see these tools there. You can print them out. Your club can print them out and use them with their club. Very important. This guide has, 15, 20 questions, I think? It's pretty comprehensive. It doesn't take a lot of time to fill out. There's a lot of great, valuable, rich material in it and resource, especially for the coach. But it doesn't take long to fill out. Like I said, about 20 questions. I really recommend. And then the other thing I would recommend as a coach, your team may fill out this troubleshooting guide and find there are 3, 4, 5, 10 areas they need to work on. Just focus them on one at a time. Maybe 2, but keep them very focused. They may be overwhelmed with, we've got so much to change. That's not what's going to be the best use of their efforts. You want to focus their attention on what is the top priority for your club. Of all these things, what do you think is going to make the most difference for our members? That's where they need to focus their attention, and you can always come back. Once that's achieved, or moving along in a positive direction, then you come back and you can look at the other aspects or the other gaps that they want to close. That is the troubleshooting guide.